Doesn't matter where you come from. Our hometowns are special. Let's move on to the next segment, that is modern phrases. What I'll do here, I'll read it for you. What I'm going to do, I'll ask the question, I'll answer, then I'll provide a format. Welcome to another episode of Spoken English series where I teach English in context. And if you're new on my channel, hello, my name is Roshan and I talk about English learning books and movies. So far in this series of videos, we have been discussing one topic and we discussed different vocabulary, adjectives, modern phrases, and a lot of questions. So, if you are a beginner and you have just started learning English, and if you are somebody who's looking to improve your English, then this video is perfect for you. I'm recording this video after a long time, so I have no idea what day it is, so I'll put a day here. And today we are talking about my hometown. So we are still following the same structure. We'll talk about a format, how we can talk about our hometown, then two sections of vocabulary, modern phrases, and then in the end we discuss conversational questions. So if you are a beginner and you don't know how to frame sentences, then this section is the most important one. Conversational questions simply means I ask questions to myself and I answer them myself. And before we start our topic of hometown, if anyone who is looking to learn English in one-to-one or group classes, feel free to send me a message on this number or my email ID. So here we are to talk about our hometown. Even if you are from a small village, a small town, or a big city or a big town, it doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter where you come from. Our hometowns are special. I know we don't enjoy everything about the place, but it makes us who we really are. The environment, people, language, culture, everything is connected with our hometown. So what I'm going to do, I will ask the question, I'll answer, then I'll provide a format. So let's talk about the first question, where you are from. Well, in my case, I come from a village which is in a small town and it is called Bindusar Bujurg. And my town name is Siwan, which is a district in Bihar. There are around 1,000 people in my village, but it is surrounded by a lot of villages. And honestly, my hometown is really crowded. There are uncountable number of people. So this is how you can follow this format to talk about your hometown. I come from a small village, a simple town, a rural area, an ordinary place in Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Jharkhand, or any state. Most people know each other and life runs on trust, routine, patience and relationships rather than speed. Next, what makes it special? My hometown is special for many reasons, and one of the biggest reasons is that India's first president Dr. Rajendra Prasad was born here. This is the format you can follow. Even though it is ordinary, my hometown feels special to me because of its simplicity, people, old values, and peaceful life. There is no rush, no noise, just the sound of birds, rickshaws, temple bells, and kids playing in the background. So this format mostly applies to ordinary and very simple hometowns. Next, your everyday life there. So let's talk about my everyday life here. I have completed and continuing my education staying in this hometown. I used to go school as a kid, play cricket. Most of the friends are from this hometown. Every day I work, I go to the market, I meet people from my village. So that's my everyday life. This is how you can talk about it. As a child, I used to walk to school, play in the fields, go to the local shop, or ride a bicycle around the village. There were not many things to do, but we always found joy in small games, festival, gossiping at tea stalls, or school picnics. Next, let's talk about the change over time. We are living in developing India where every day you find that some construction work is going on. And my town is not an exception. Here you will find nothing but construction work going everywhere. A lot of buildings, malls, hospitals. I remember going to my school from the same way, and sometimes it feels really difficult to identify that this was the road when I was going to school and this is how it looks like. But because of those construction work, it is really noisy, really dusty and full of pollution. So this is how you can talk about it. Now some places have concrete roads, mobile towers, new schools, internet cafes, but it still feels like the same old place. People still sit together in the evening talking about farming, politics, daily life or local news. Next, how you feel about it now? Well, as I'm growing up and I want to move to bigger town, bigger cities, I want to move from this place because if you want to really grow, you have to get away from your hometown because you get too comfortable and you feel like you are making no progress. So I am stuck here. But the thing is that I'm working on it. Hopefully one day I'm going to leave this place. But I know every time I leave this place, I start missing it. And that's what I was talking about, that comfort zone. So yeah, I don't want to stay there because a lot of things have changed. It's not as friendly as it used to be. It is not as green as it used to be. There are not many trees left, not garden. There is pollution, population. A lot of things are going in a really bad way. Mostly capitalism and hospitals, which I mentioned earlier. So this is one thing which makes me want to leave this place, the hospital thing. This is how you can talk about it, but this format is really positive one. Even if it is not a place to show off, it is a place I will never forget, and that's true in my case also. When I go back, I feel nostalgic, peaceful, grounded, or grateful. It reminds me of who I was and how far I have come. This format is for people who have moved on from their hometown and now they're living in bigger cities or bigger towns. So, this was our format to talk about your hometown. As I mentioned in all of my videos, you don't have to follow strictly this whole thing, but you can use some part of it to add in your daily routine or while you are talking about it. Let's move on to the next segment, that is modern phrases. What I'll do here, I'll read it for you and provide a photo here so that you can relate and make sentences on them. The first one is, it's a simple place but it is home. Next, it taught me the value of less. You don't need much to be happy there. My roots are still there even if I have moved on. No traffic, no malls, just peace. I think this line is for the people who are still living in villages, and you guys are lucky enough. Like, I mean, I come from a village, but we have malls now, a lot of traffic, and no peace at all. The kind of place where everyone knows your name. That is relatable. Everyone knows my name, not because of YouTube though. I carry its simplicity wherever I go. You know, when you are from a village, you have that humbleness in you. I think so. I think I am a humble person. Next segment is full of adjectives. You can use the word modest for somebody who is down to earth, very simple person. So you can make a very simple sentence here. People from my hometown are really modest. Ordinary. Ordinary means simple. Make a sentence here. I live in an ordinary hometown. Even though the things are very simple and ordinary, I enjoy things here. Next, for old memories or good memories, we use the word nostalgic. Let's say somebody has been living in a bigger town and they are staying away from their hometown. So, what they can say here, whenever I return to my hometown, I feel nostalgic because of all those years spent in this town. Next word is peaceful. I think this is really easy. You can guess the meaning. Now, try to make a sentence on this. I come from a very peaceful town where people are really nice and they care about each other. I don't think I can continue talking about rest of the words because it's really hot in this room, and to discuss rest of the topic I'll move on to my room. So yeah, let's go. Now that we have made some sentences, I'll read the rest of the words for you. Modest, ordinary, peaceful, dusty, familiar, simple, old fashioned, grounded, humble, nostalgic, small, crowded, welcoming, warm, unchanged, genuine, quiet, emotional, comforting. All of these words are adjectives. Use them to describe your hometown. Next segment is vocabulary. Humble, close knit, modest, tradition, bond, grounded, simplicity, familiarity, surroundings, roots, peaceful, honest, local, rustic, belonging, typical, ordinary, and meaningful. Now, the most important segment of the video, that is conversational questions, and we are discussing hometown. So all these questions are related to your hometown. The first one is, how does your hometown make you feel when you visit now? Well, the thing is that I'm still living in my hometown, but whenever I leave this place, go somewhere for my exams or on vacation, wherever I go, I really miss this place. Even though I hate this place, but I don't know, there is something which always attracts me towards this. Maybe I'm just too comfortable. Next, what is something small in your hometown that brings you joy? I think just the people here. I mean, just talking to people whom I know here, it brings joy to me. Playing cricket and just the streets. I love the streets of my hometown. They are crowded. Sometimes when you are in rush, you don't romanticize it. But yeah, most of the time, I do try to romanticize the streets of my town. Next, do you think people from a small places live differently? I haven't spent a lot of time in bigger cities, but whenever I go, I see like everyone is in rush. Even here, like people are working, but at the same time there is this calmness and a lot of free time and a lot of unemployment. So maybe that's the biggest change. Like when you are in a small town, there is a lot of unemployment, but in bigger cities, bigger towns, a lot of people are busy. You don't get to talk to them because everyone is rushing to their office, to their work. Next, what do you hear when you step outside in your hometown? A lot of horns. I mean, here in our country, it's It's so freaking annoying. Like everywhere you go, people are honking their horns, like cars, bike. So it's just too loud whenever you go on the highway or when you leave the village. Next, have you seen young people in your hometown moving to cities? I mean, everyone has left except me. Everyone who can afford to leave this place or they can afford education, work, they are leaving this place. So yeah, a lot of young people. Next, are there places in your hometown that brings back childhood memories? My school, the playground, the streets. Whenever I go to the playground where I used to play cricket, it makes me feel so sad. I have a lot of good memories, but now that I'm not playing cricket anymore, it makes me so sad that like how beautiful those days were, and now see, I'm just stuck here. Next, how do their people usually spend their evenings? It's very simple. I mean, now that we have malls and a lot of theaters here, people go to theaters, they go to the market, or they just sit in front of the big houses and they just talk. And most of the youngsters are on their phone, just scrolling or playing PUBG in front of that. There is a shop near, so that's what they do. Next, if someone asks you what is special about your hometown, what would you say? The first president, we all mention that. We say it so proudly that the first president of our country was from Sivan. But see the condition of Sivan right now. Let's not talk about it. And the politics thing. But apart from it, the food is great here. Next, do festivals feel more personal in your hometown? That's a really boring question for me. I mean, I have spent most of my festivals here, so yeah, it does. So I don't know how to answer this question, but if somebody who has lived in a different city, different town, I want you guys to answer this one. Next, what is one sound that reminds you of your hometown? This noise. This is what reminds me of my hometown. So that's it for today's video. I'll leave the rest of the 10 questions here. And if you have watched this far, thank you so much for watching. And again, if you want to join my classes, if you want to learn English in one-to-one or group classes, please send me a message on this number or email ID. One more thing, please like and share this video. And I'll see you with another video. Bye.